Is a video game crash coming? Probably. Let's talk. Hello humans and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Guys, I believe that with the recession that we're in, and by the way, we are in a recession even if the news hasn't told you yet. You can tell at the supermarket, you can tell at the gas pump, right? That we are going through tough economic times, but they're going to get even worse, right? Because the fundamental things that are going on in our economy are not going to get any better anytime soon, specifically because of the policies that are being enacted by, the people in charge nowadays, right? So, what do?
Now, guys, let me be clear. I'm not wishing for any of this stuff. I'm just telling you the signs that I see, right? And based on what I see, we're already in a recession and things are only going to get worse. Now, hopefully they get better. But if history is any indicator, they're going to get worse. And I mean a lot worse. And the reason I'm making this video is so you can prepare yourself depending on what you want to do. If you're a collector and you have high value items that you know you're not planning to keep long term, it's time to sell, right? If there's extra items that you no longer want to keep, maybe thought about maybe Christmas, I'm telling you, maybe you should do it sooner, right? Because tough times are coming. And not only can you prepare yourself by selling the things that maybe you don't need right now, maybe that money can help you buy the things that you do want, maybe those big ticket items that you've been wanting now maybe for a couple of years that you haven't been able to buy because they're, went from $100 to $500, depending on what kind of items you're looking for.
Right? Well, if you want to have a large collection, for example, you hurry up and wait. That's right. Because you might see a big turmoil in the next 18 months, I predict. That's my prediction, right? That's not by my calculations within that time frame. We should see some volatility here, not only in the stock market, but I mean in the jobs market and also in the everyday economy with people, because I believe that layoffs are coming at the first quarter of next year. And let me say this, guys, what do people do when they need money and they're desperate? They sell things that they bought, maybe things that they don't want anymore, right? It's tough to keep a collection when you lost your job. It's tough to keep a large collection, especially if you're losing your house, for example. All those things those things are very possible. Not only that, they're very probable. Let me give you an example. Right now, we're seeing a crash for many people that own vehicles. Why? Because they bought vehicles when they were getting COVID money and they qualified under those terms. But now they're not getting that COVID money anymore. And they were spending as soon as they were getting it, right? Typical American people. They live on credit, but now you got to pay those bills and you don't have that COVID money anymore to keep on making the payments. There's a really high percentage of people that are getting their cars repoed because they can't pay them anymore. What does that tell you?
Now, what era are we talking about? I believe it's going to be the 8-bit and 16-bit where you're going to find the most value and the deepest discounts, especially Sega stuff, Super Nintendo, NES, right? Many of the games that maybe you were priced out of might become more affordable, right? You're going to be able to buy entire collections for a better price because now you can make an offer. Before, people would ask for anything and people would just pay it, right? But if the market crashes occur, then you can get into bidding wars, and just offer what you think is fair value. Now, let me say this, guys. Don't look at this as an investment because it would be a bad one. I'm talking about people that want to own certain games for sentimental value that haven't been able to purchase these games because, they were just higher priced. You might be able to get in, right, at a great price, own these games, and finally play them, on their console like they were meant to be. But don't look at this as a get rich quick type stuff. No, it's not going to be. The market's going to crash not only because of the recession, but also because there's less customers, specifically in these two sections, the 8-bit and the 16-bit era. Why? Well, there's less and less of us every day, right? A lot of people are just moving on from games, and others are just moving on.
But that's where you start seeing it. So if there's a crash in the used car sales market, what do you think is next, right? Especially when people start losing their jobs. When people start losing their jobs, they get a little desperate, they start selling things. And the things that they're going to sell first are things that are non-essentials. Video games are a luxury. They're not essential, guys. So within 18 months, you're going to start seeing prices come down lower and lower. Not for everything, something like this, people hang on to. People love Street Fighter, for example, and things that are meaningful to them, right? But the rest of their video game collection, you might be able to get some deals out there. If you wait, save your money, and if that's what you choose to do with your money, you're going to be able to get some pretty good deals, because I believe we're in for a hard recession, guys.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.